Hi everybody, here's your notes for this afternoon. I'm in the library, so I'm going to be kind of quiet. Okay, so for your do now, I want you to pause the video and fill in these puzzles. So for this one, this says assume x is any integer, assume x is any even integer, and I don't know if you can read this, but it says assume x is any odd integer. So basically what you're doing is finding a pattern and figuring out what's happening each and every time. Okay, hopefully you paused. So this is going to be -2 and -1. This would be 15 and 16. And each and every time what's happening, this is increasing by 1. So this is going to be x plus 1. This one would be, if we started here and we went here, that would be plus 2. So x plus 2. Okay, even integers, 18, 16, 14, -12, -10. 26 and 28. So what's happening each and every time? This one went up by 2. This one from 20 to 24 went up by 4. Right, so we're basically whatever we start at, you're skipping 1. This one's going to be -7, -5, 11, 13. So again, what's happening here? This went up by 2. This from 5 to 9 went up by 4. So when we started from an x, any odd number, the next odd number is also 2 away, and then 4 away, because you're still skipping 1, no matter, it's just where you start at. Okay? So regular numbers, if it just says consecutive integers in a word problem, your numbers are going to be things like 1, 2, 3, and 4, for example. So, whatever your starting number is, you're going to add 1, and then add 2 for your starting number, and then add 3 to your starting number, and so on. Odd numbers, for example, are 1, 3, 5, 7. So for these, similar pattern, whatever you do, you start with one of them and then you add 2, because you skipped that one in the middle, and then you add 4, because you're skipping again, and then you add 6, right? 2, 1 to 5 is plus 4, 1 to 7 is plus 6. Same with even numbers. 2, 4, 6, and 8. We've got our first number is x. Our next number, you skip 1, so it's x plus 2. So the only thing that changes between an odd and an even number is where you started. Right? It just depends on what number you start with. Okay. So the way a 5-step plan works for these is first to see what kind of integers and how many are you finding. So I'm going to hunt, and it says 3 consecutive even integers, so that I know my first number equals x, and even integers, we know skip 1, so this is going to be x plus 2, and if you weren't sure, you could always write yourself an example of 3 even integers. You know those aren't the right answers, but writing a model is a really good way of doing that. And then our third number is x plus 4. So that whole thing is step 1. Step 2 is writing an equation. With a word problem like this, consecutive even integers or consecutive integers, there's not always a second sentence. The definition is kind of hidden inside the problem itself. So let's reread. The sum of the 3 consecutive even integers, sum means add. So we're going to do the first, plus the second, plus the third, is 72. So now we're going to solve. 1, 2, 3 x's.
Chris Carpenter, please call extension
2 plus 4 is
2101.
6, is 72. 3x equals 66. So x equals 22. We're going to take them and plug them back in here. 22, 24, 26, because 22 plus 4 is 26. 22 plus 2 is 22, so it works. Do they all add up to be 72? That's 12, 2, 4, 6, 7, 72. Yes, so we just checked it by doing 22 plus 24 plus 26. We kind of reread it and saw that yes, it equals 72. Now to answer the actual question, find the largest integer. The largest integer is, whoops, where am I? Is 26. That's it. Okay, 2 more slides. Find 3 consecutive odd integers. So odds, let's put a little model up here. Now that goes up 2, and that goes up 4. So step 1, we've got our first integer, our first number is x. Second number is x plus 2. And then our third number is x plus 4. Step 2, write our equation. Find 3 consecutive odd integers such that, that kind of is like that if, right? If, which means that we're starting the problem. You're starting the equation. Word for word here. Twice means 2 times something. Twice the second, x plus 2, word for word. And is plus, 3 times the largest is x plus 4, is 71. You can really go word for word here. Solve it, distribute 2x plus 4 plus 3x plus 12. Be very, very careful to distribute that. 5x plus 16 equals 71. Subtract 16, 5x equals 55, so x equals 11. This is 11, so this is 11 plus 2, which is 13. This is 11 plus 4, which is 15. Let's check it real quick. Twice the second number, and 3 times the largest one. So it's 26 plus 45, which equals 71. Yay, we got it right. So 5, we're going to write our sentence. 5, the integers are, because it said in the beginning to find all 3 of them, the integers are 11, 13, and 15. Period. Last problem. Again, find 3 consecutive odd integers. And we could write our model again if we wanted. Plus 2, plus 4. Second number equals x plus 4. Or x plus 2, oops, and third number equals x plus 4. Okay. Number 2. Find 3 consecutive odd integers such that, that means we're starting, the sum, that means plus, the sum of the first and the third, and third. Now this is the funny word. This is a really funny word. Exceeds. Exceeds kind of means equals, but we're making something bigger. So exceeds means equals, but addition is coming, add later. So exceeds the second by. Well, by is now going back here. That exceeds kind of was like a precursor of what's happening later. That by is saying it's happening now. By 5. We know exceeds means bigger. So now we're going to solve it. 2x plus 4 equals x plus 7. X plus 4 equals 7. X equals 3. Plug it in. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 4 is 7. So let's test it. Sum of the first and the third is 10. The second is 5 plus 5 is 10. So the sum of these two is 5 bigger than, so I could have subtracted 5 from that also to see that. It works. Step 5 is the sentence. Find the 3 consecutive integers. The 3 integers are 3, 5, and 7. Now when you're doing these kinds of problems, I am looking for all 5 steps. You need to do this algebraically. This is algebra class. You're taking intermediate algebra 1. You have to use algebra. So even if you can guess and check, awesome that you know it, but not the point. My job here is to teach you algebra. Your job here is to practice it. Okay guys, that's it. See you later.